What's going on, people? New show alert. United View has a new show, the Trinity podcast. It's up and running. The Trinity, as you can see, is going to consist of myself, Mr. Fleck, Owen, Wrestle News 3655555, and Mr. Kevin Gary himself, KG, the comedian. Yes, you lot have asked for it.
I was gonna press like sound effects for you guys, but I thought I'd save it for me since I was right this week.
Oh, you're a prick.
Still holding on to it. Still holding on to it, Still holding on to it.
You lot can see what this is going to be, innit?
Well, you know, when you're right once in a blue moon, you got to hold on to it. You know what I mean? You got to take your wins where you can get them.
I do. Yep, absolutely. No, man, this is dope, man. I'm really excited about this. I think it'll be good. Do you know what I like as well? Because Owen delivers the news. Owen's like he tells the news, and you don't get to know what's going on in Owen's head, except when I call him.
Yeah.
Call Owen after games. So we've actually been doing this.
Not reveal those private conversations, KG. You know what I mean? On the show.
No, I'll tell you what. This is what the podcast is. This is raw, unfiltered chat. This is the Trinity podcast. This is where it's all laid bare. This is not the morning view. This is not Owen just getting the quotes and making sure he's bang on with what's been said. And this is raw, unequivocal, real content. And it's going to be with you every 6 p.m. on Friday as well. Some of them are going to be live and some of them are going to be pre-recorded as well. But it will be with you Friday, 6 p.m. every single week. So, yeah, that is true. We are going to strip back a lot of things that maybe don't get touched on in the week.
So you know what? Just topic-wise,
Yes.
Is it possible to just start with a topic? Like, so I can say, hey, guys, I've got this topic that I'm thinking about. Can we talk about this?
Absolutely.
Wherever you want to go, KG, with it.
Lovely. You know what? I want to talk about, I've done some digging, actually, guys. And this is unlike me. I've done some digging. Okay. And I've been thinking about the manager and the job, the build, what he's actually trying to build. And there's stuff that people say, what do you like about Ten Hag? And if I ask that question to you lot, what are you lot going to say, actually? That'd be interesting to know. Why do you like Ten Hag? Why should he still keep his job? Anyone?
Well, I have. Let's talk about the game last night. You know,
right.
Because I haven't said anything about the game last night, legitimately.
Oh yeah, wait, we didn't even hear what we thought about.
I haven't thought about the game. Not really a lot's changed, has it? Really, when you think about it, what's any different?
He's on the because KG's on the
what's any different out of the norm from last night?
Oh no, we still got there's still some issues. There's still a lot of issues in terms of there's loads of issues, but I can tell you what he is working on. I can tell you that his team's back. I can tell you his first team selection's back. And then we were dealing with stuff that we've struggled to deal with in this season with the cutback goal. You know, Casemiro kid, quite a few of those. We still got the Bozo gene when we the way we attacked at the end of the game was incredibly stupid. You know, but then that some of that stuff I do put down to in-game management, and the players on the field need to realize we can't all go up and attack. If I'm a manager and I put on 3 defenders, my basic message is everyone we're getting a bit defensive now. We're going to stick to a defensive shape. Not everyone go up and attack. So there's things that the players need to learn. But the things that I've noticed that I think he's building on is different to what we're seeing in the now. I'm talking about the long term. I'm talking about the long-term plan, and the long-term plan that I've realized is his dedication to youth and bringing in youth players. And when I looked at his history, there's a lot of them.
I've asked you a question, and you have danced around it beautifully.
No, I asked you a question first, and you danced around it. I said, "What do you think?"
Because
I asked you why do you like? I said, why do you like what you call it? And then you asked me
because my answer feeds into
you danced first, mate.
My answer feeds into it. My answer feeds into
it. Okay, time. Okay, can we?
I asked him a question, and he responded with another question. And then he's upset with my question.
Time out.
There you go.
Time out, guys. I apologize.
Watch out, because we have come for you.
Red flag.
And the good thing is that Owen has actually used that in the perfect moment as well. That is the exact way context.
Yes.
Can I just let you guys know, watching at home at this precise moment, there's going to be a lot of this happening on this podcast, whether it be whichever combination way of round it is going to go. This is going to happen a lot. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and if you like what you're seeing so far, which we haven't even really got in.
Done anything.
No one's even answered.
Because you deflected. Because you don't find the answer.
He's a deflector, Fleck. You're right now.
I didn't even get the chance. I didn't even get the chance to ask.
No, you asked the question. I asked you a question, and I said, "Why do you not want to keep Ten Hag?" And then you started talking about other stuff.
My question was more rhetorical than I was going to build into a sort of larger point. You know?
Okay, can we have one person answer, please?
Okay,
I think you should answer because I went first.
Well, I was going to build. I was building into something, right? My point was going to be watching the game yesterday. Is it really all that different from what we've seen this season and at points last season? Not really. If you look at the sort of structure of the game, first half, I totally agree with both of you saying that it's our best first half performance of the season. Absolutely. By a country mile. We created so many chances, but the similarity is we created so many chances. We only scored 2 goals. We should have been, 4-0 up, 5-0 up? And that continued into the second half as well. Then what happens? Bit of adversity, get a penalty. That's the softest penalty you'll see. Then obviously they score, but then we go right up the other end. And you go, brilliant. That's the comeback. That's the difference. We came back from adversity. Then what happens? We do what Manchester United does, which is even though we're 3-1 up, and by that point, what is it, like the 70th minute, something like that, around that period of time, Flex is going, this game isn't over. For most other teams in the top half or top 6, we would go, this game is over. This is done. We know it's not over. The moment they score the second, we go, this definitely isn't over. The third goal that we then concede is just such a bad goal. All of the above. Anthony, I don't know what he's doing, gives the ball away. The shot happens. Onana goes, I'd rather not dive for that one, to be honest. I'd rather not dive. Then Kobbie Mainoo, unbelievable, brilliant goal. But I look at that and go, well, to your point, KG, to what's actually changed is that he's got his better team playing. So maybe in those instances, like last night, we might get away with it a bit more. And I think that's really what happened. We kind of got away with it a bit more. Had we still had the injuries that we had all season, Martinez, Casemiro, even Kobbie Mainoo, because he was out for a while, right? We wouldn't have got away with it last night. But last night, because the better players are playing, we kind of got away with it a bit more. That's the way that I look at it as. So to ask, I mean, what even was your original question?
Thank you very much. I'm waiting for it to. Why are you sticking behind this manager? Why do you guys still like this manager? What is it about this manager that you like?
Oh, well, I stick behind this manager because, as I've said a million times, I don't see any point in doing a managerial change at the moment, especially when you've got everything above you going on with, directors of football, which hopefully are going to be coming in soon. I've always said leave it to the end of the season. Leave it to the end of the season. I think results will dictate which direction they go in. And that conversation is going to happen anyway. But I can't lie to you, KG. When it was 3-3 last night, I thought, Ineos must be watching this going, what on earth? And this is when you have to remove yourself a little bit from the game itself, because the euphoria, Kobbie Mainoo, the story, all that, it's great. Obviously, it's great, but you can't really dress it up in the sense of, my goodness me, we nearly threw that game away. And we can't put games to bed. We can't. It's never straightforward. The only straightforward game we've had this season, I can recall, was Everton away. And we were shocked. We were like, I can't believe it. 3-0, what's going on?
So wait, Flex, are you in the same thing? Why do you want this manager? So your one is pretty much keep the guy, or Owen, what I'm ascertaining for Owen saying just now is keep him till, I'm just here to keep him till the end of the season, then make a decision. Like, I'm not really, we look the same, so I can't really say why. I just want to wait till the summer, basically, what's what I'm hearing.
My thing is still the same of like, I want Erik ten Hag to be able to continue with like the new structure. Do you know what I mean? The new regime, the new way of working. But he, like we said on the Flexing KG show, he's auditioning, bro. Like he's got to show some stuff. He's got to show some stuff. And like where I agree with Owen, which is what I was saying yesterday, is that game yesterday. shows that it don't matter whether Casemiro's back. It don't matter whether Martinez is back. You know, yes, Martinez was a calming influence and
I
we
think
bigged
it
him
does
up.
matter that he's
No,
back,
no,
though.
no, it does. No, I'm saying we could see the difference. Like it was good, but it's the same trait. It was the same. It was the same carnage. It didn't help us see the game out any better, did it? It didn't help us have better game management. And I'm not saying every game is going to go like that. But what I'm saying is that when these players were out and it was wait till he gets his best players back, I said we're not a Casemiro or a Martinez away from just being polished. Like it's good that they're back now because, of course, they're better players. We need them back. We need Kobe Mainu in there. We need it. We need it all, yeah. But Eric still has got to prove it. He's still got to show that he can get a tune out of these lot. And I do want him to carry on with the new regime. But if he doesn't show enough, then I'm not mad if they say, do you know what? This is the perfect time to change it all. I'm not mad at the end of the season if he doesn't show enough. If he shows enough, and look, he still might not actually get top 4 and could still show us a lot. He could still, do you know what I mean? Knock on the door, get a good run of results. We see the style of play improving. There's a week between games, so they should be working on things. We should see steady improvements. So I'm just in this bit. I'm just back here looking in. Let me see. Just get a win. Cool. The first 45 minutes, I was like, wicked.
That's when you get your
what
best
did I
players
say?
back. You know what I mean?
That's when you get your best players back. This is what it looks like.
I would say the first 60 to 65. I was really impressed. And then after,
because you said actually when we come out in the second half, we were still having chances.
Still solid. We were still having chances.
Didn't take it. But then as soon as that Jing Bang penalty got given, that shit penalty that wasn't a pen, you just felt, oh, fucking hell. But then, like Owen said, actually, what do? You do
get
react.
Your head
down, you react, go get another goal. That's what good teams do. Yeah. But at 3-1 in the 70 whatever minute, that's where Man United just continued being Man United.
It was a bit like Galatasaray in the Champions League away, wasn't it? Yes. I mean, it's almost very similar to that, where I think, was it 2-0 up? And then they score a poor goal, and then we score again afterwards. We go, we've reacted. Brilliant.
Yeah.
We still ended up not winning that game. And that's kind of what nearly happened
against Copenhagen as well. It was 2-0 up against Copenhagen, 10 men, 2-2 by half-time, Bruno penalty, 3-2, then we lost.
Come back.
It was 3-2 with 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes, and we lost.
Guess what, though? There's a name in there that we're not willing to... Well, obviously, we haven't mentioned yet, but we must mention. There's a guy that we Owen got a lot of shit for this guy because of defending him. They thought the defense was too strong in David De Gea. I'm not saying I want David De Gea back, but I'm telling you now, I'm telling you now with the world watching with my he's got to go. Onana can't lace David De Gea's weak, boot. He can't touch his gloves. He can't touch, nothing. Onana,
the wrist and finger tape.
Even the taping that they tape before they put on the gloves. Nothing. He cannot. Nothing.
Nothing.
Bro, I don't care. You see that distro? Overrated. That distro, that distro is over. No, I'm telling you, we have been sold a lemon. You know when you get like a car, like you're like, you're definitely gonna have some engine issues. This thing here, it looks nice, but it's not good. And there's been, when you talk about moments, like one of the key issues for me with Onana, because I promised, I said to my community, I'm gonna give Onana a clean slate. There was a poll on how long it's gonna take me.
20 minutes. I remember. I saw that yesterday. Literally, the full KG was so. This was remarkable actually yesterday because KG was sat there, very sort of pensive, very tense. Literally, the whistle went, and he went, "Oh no, I've got to talk about Onana." He's like, "I've waited till the end of the game. I didn't want to say it during the game, as if that makes a difference. But he was like, I've waited to the end of the game, and Flex is going, let's talk about Kobe Mainu. And KG's like, balls to Kobe Mainu. Let's talk about Andre Onana. This guy, he had to be talked down. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
You remember Copenhagen. You remember when you're talking about those games, I remember those games and those feelings.
Galatasaray, Bayern.
And he made a mistake. It's okay, everybody. We're in this together. Yeah, there's that energy. And there was some almost there's almost we're in that together again because he knows that he ran out of goal to go and celebrate with Kobe. Why did he do that? Because he knew.
He always does that one. Did he do that against Brentford when McTominay come on and score?
Of course he does. Whenever he's done something ridiculous, he's gonna do that silly run. You know, because a goalkeeper, when he's done something wrong, if they've done nothing wrong, they'll be like, "Oh, you lot celebrate. I'll celebrate."
They do it to the fans. They do it to the fans behind the goal. Yeah.
When you like, you've got me out of one here today because that's near post, bro. It's got to the point when it's not like he's a bad keeper. I'm just talking about when you have no right. Okay, cool. I didn't want to say it, but when you say you have no right to, there's certain games. I watched Liverpool versus Chelsea. Chelsea got this new goalkeeper in.
Patrick.
Patrick, whatever his name is. There was that could have been a 7-0 or more. He kept them in with saves that he had no right to make. My issue with Onana is, can you remember us like when you think of something that he's done in his time at Man United where he had no right to save that? Maybe the penalty in the last minute. Maybe that, but I can't pulling off save after save where it's like, you know what? I can't believe the team has let you down and put you in that position, but what a save. You get happy I get happy when he just catches it and doesn't parry.
This is my point with him. This is my point with him, though, because I agree with you, KG. I think that you can make a judgment on Andre Onana and because of his age as well, and just say, from a goalkeeping point of view, his fundamentals, they're just not there. They're not, as a goalkeeper, they're just not there. I think the problem also is that Andre Onana is a type of keeper that can work in certain teams, but they've got to be a team where you're not conceding a ton of chances, and from a possessional point of view, you're dominating. You dropped Andre Onana in City's team, he would do well. They don't concede a ton of chances. They've got a lot of the ball. People positionally know exactly where they've got to be. He can spray it around. He can pick passes, even to an extent into last season, right? You know, they didn't concede a ton of chances. Even that Champions League final, he made a couple of saves. Everyone knew where they had to be. He was spraying it around. That's fine. Man United, for the longest time, and this is under every manager, whether it was Louis van Gaal, whether it was Jose Mourinho, whether it was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, whether it was Ten Hag last season, we concede a lot of chances. We do. And we have those games where, like under the De Gea era, shall we say, where we go, tell you what, we won today, but De Gea made 2 or 3 really big saves. And we're in the same position we were in last season when every goal we concede, we're now having this conversation just in your head. Immediately you go, oh, should the keeper do better there? Or am I being harsh? Or am I scrutinizing it too much? Or I don't know. And there's no difference really. And that whole debate last season about, what's more important? Is it about keeping the ball out the back of the net? Or is it this? Is it that? Turns out, I think those people that were saying it's about keeping the ball out the back of the net, I think we may have been right on that one. Even Erik ten Hag himself said it to Flex in a press conference.
And they all laughed at me.
Yeah, well, because the next day De Gea had a stinker. I think it was kind of...
No, but I mean, even in general, like after that, they still laughed. Yeah, like...
because it's a wild argument, isn't it? What's the most important thing as a goalkeeper? Oh, it's his footwork. You're taking the piss.
De Gea ain't got a job no more. Oh, he's so crap that like he still hasn't even got a club. That's how rubbish he is. That's what I'm saying. It's his own. But people are trying to say like because he's not good, he can't save the ball. He's just rubbish. He's better than Onana, bro. He's better than Onana. He is. He is. And I tell you what, right? I've said it before. People like Tom Heaton wouldn't make the mistakes that he makes. Yes. Tom Heaton's a good goalkeeper.
Like, do you think Altay has a better game yesterday?
Yeah, probably. Probably. I
don't think even know about Altay. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't. But we're just going off of how bad it is. We're like, well, all he could do is match that. I don't think it'd be worse.
Mechanics,
though. The mechanics. Bro, I think there's too many times. Yeah, there's too many times.
Yes.
That the ball, like you said, even when it goes in and he's not even near it, them ones where he don't even dive, and I'll go, but if it happens one time, then I'll go, right, okay, he probably just wasn't anywhere near it. There's been a lot of goals that goes past Onana in 2 different fashions. Actually, in 3 different fashions, These are the 3 Onana styles, the stylies of conceding. This is what he has, Yeah. He's got the mad Jingbang Bruck. He's got the Jingbang Bruckwurst, where like he gets his thing to it and he just like people at goals, where go in, Every 2 goals, a player goes in. Every 2 you in. Every 2 you're in. You just can't wait to get out of goal. That's the first one. The second one is the shape, is the whatever.
It's like was it Bring on the Wall? You know, I used to be on BBC.
Yeah,
and you have to make the shape to get through, but get out of the way of the object. So he has to make the shape to get out of the way of the ball. So the ball's got like ball goes there.
He's got that. There. So he's got that one. That's number 2. And the third one, which arguably is the most annoying.
Bring on the Ball is really funny though, because when it comes out and you're like, I can't do that.
I can't do it. Yeah, I can't get
this
through.
is the one. This is the third one. This is Bring on the Wall. He's a Bring on the Wall keeper because sometimes he's like, I'm not getting down to that. I can't get to that shit.
Bring on the ball. He goes, fuck it.
Then he looks at us quizzically like, that's your near post, mate. Go on, carry on.
But that's it. Actually, there could even be a fourth style. Actually, I've just thought of. So then there's that one, that second one that you're just saying with the positions. Yeah. Then there's the one where he just looks at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he looks at us. We're in this together. No.
Yeah. And then there's the one which I'm trying to think, and what I want us to do is have a vote on the one that pisses you off the most. Yeah, because we've probably got all different ones. Then there's the one, where he does the dive into the corner and he goes down in slow-mo. And you're like, but you dived. You was near it. Why didn't you stop it? The one, you see the one, not even underneath. Like, say he's at like a full stretch dive.
Yeah.
But it just don't look right. And you see the Mane, was it the Mane one? What was that? What was the one you done? The one game you played at AFCON, what was that against Senegal, innit?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, mate, he just went down in installments.
Yeah.
No, it was the.
He said What you said?
Yeah.
Installments.
Bro, he went down like down payments. Bro.
It's like a Klarna payment.
Bro, listen, Owen. I don't know if you've seen it. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it. Yeah.
He's time for like stop animation. Frame by frame.
Wait. You know,
a designer drawing it.
It's like he goes down like this. KG goes like this. He goes out like this. He goes out like this. He goes out like this.
Hey, who's saying games? Put in.
Onana. Was it Senegal? Was it Senegal? I'm sure it was Mane, bro.
Wait.
Watch Mane's goal. Bro. Look how slow he dives.
I've seen it. Onana's mistake because he didn't play one game.
Oh, bro, look at the slow dive. The ball's going slow.
It's trickling into the net. I can't.
And look at it, yeah. So what happens is you go, hang on a minute. I need to see a replay of that. Let me see what just happened there. What happened? And I'm like, why does it always look wrong? And then when he does do the save, it hit his head yesterday, which, okay, cool. Get anything in the way of it. I get that. That's good. Then when he does, like, there was a shot against Everton. It always sticks in my head. Everton took a throw and Idris Gueye lashed it on the half volley. Remember that one? You might have to,
Bro, I remember. Can I tell you what one I remember? In the same game yesterday, he runs out to go and collect. Yeah. Oh. And he ruins it. He ruins it. It's similar to the one when he takes out the player, and they said it should have been a penalty.
It's the same thing.
It's similar
against the same team.
And Leacher saves the day. It's a goal like
bro. That was in August, bro. First game of the season. It's February. Still done the same thing.
So the same. And that's what Ten Hag can use. Ten Hag, honestly, there's two players that it could get very sticky for him if he doesn't fix his relationship with. Yeah. He's one of them. I don't know how you look, if who's number one and who's number two for you in Anthony and Onana. I don't know what is your number one and number two. Very difficult. For me, I would say because I would say Onana's in such a critical position, and there's only three keepers at the club. Yeah. If Anthony's playing crap, at some point Ten Hag can bring in different personnel. With your number one goalkeeper, they're called number one for a reason. It's not like for me, I feel like even the top four thing, I think there's the question of top four, and even the game against West Ham. If Man United play the same way and we have a decent keeper in goal, we could win. But I have the feeling that I don't trust I still don't trust
Ward-Prowse,
against
you
West
know what's
Ham.
happening.
I don't trust this guy. I get no confidence from him in goal. None. I get none. When
you
he
get the
says
opposite. You get the opposite. Because we in the first half, Owen, I don't know if you saw, we were giving it like because he was just doing like easy catches. We were like, "Yep, calm down."
One, yeah, there was
easy.
one. He did a claim. He claimed the ball. I remember seeing that, and I went, "Oh my god, he claimed the ball." That's pretty good going.
He done a little take the sting out of it one.
Yeah,
is the Mike Parry? No, I don't know if it was a take sting out of it. I think he.
No, it was. He does that one a lot because that's how you know he's not confident in the real fundamentals because he don't just take it first time. He's like, nah, let me take the sting out. Let me make sure that one. But then second half, he just went on a madness, and that's the thing. Onana won't have. I don't think he will have, if any. He won't have many match-winning saves. Ones where he's not entitled to save it.
Yeah, if you're a defender,
that's what you need. That's what you need at this club. Sorry,
if you're a defender as well, you know, like last season we were like, if you're a centre back, if you're Martinez, Varane, whoever's playing at centre back last season, and the worry you had about the guy behind you in De Gea was, if I'm in a difficult situation whereby I could easily pass the ball back to him, I don't want to do that because he's gonna screw it up and we're gonna be in trouble. They still must have that level of apprehension behind them, not in the sense of, oh, we can pass it back to Onana, no problem. But they're like, we've got to make sure they don't get a shot off. Because if they do, like chances are, it's got a really good chance of going in, regardless of how good the shot is or anything like that. I mean, last night, there was, the woman that hit him in the face. He does this weird thing where, like with a defender in the box, when they're trying not to make sure it's handball, so they put their arms behind their back like that. He does that. But he's a goalkeeper.
Yeah, I remember.
He can use his hands.
You can use your hands. I couldn't believe that.
He goes like that. He goes like that. He comes out. He goes, hey, wait a minute. Go like this. Make yourself bigger. Why are you making yourself smaller? And then it hit him in the face with the one. Everyone went, that's a great save. That's why I went, I don't know if that's a good save.
No, you knew nothing about it, but because you always have to
is that what he done? Wait, let me see the let me
look at the. I think which goal is it? Is it the second goal? The second goal is the one where it's him and like Dallo because it hits him on the chest again, and his arms are like behind.
What's the extended highlights one? What is that one, KG? You said
if you go.
Oh no, you won't be able to get that.
It'd be like a minute.
You need the
But yeah, if you see the second goal last night, it like hits his chest and Dallo's there, and you're just going like, what is that? And then the third goal, I think the Erik ten Hag detractors will absolutely be like, that's an Erik ten Hag detractor goal. Anthony Onana at fault.
Yeah. And that's what's where the trouble can come is in those moments. But I was talking about some research that I was doing, guys, and talking about what, like, in terms of completing the job, completing what you're trying to build here. He's been like, his work with Garnacho is impressive. You say, well, what are the things I like about this manager? Last season, I liked the fact that he came in and he made us, we're fighting for things. We was in the FA Cup, in the FA Cup final. We done well in the Europa League, and we had the great home record, and things were on the up. Now, this season, we haven't seen that version, but what I have seen is, in terms of the blooding of players, he had to, Garnacho was one of the players that was sporadic, off the bench, coming for, moments. Now, Garnacho is he's a first-team starter. Not only is a first-team starter, though, he's, you're disagreeing, Owen?
No, I was just going to say, what did you think of Garnacho last night?
Wicked. Could have been my man in the match.
He's an interesting one, Garnacho, isn't he? Because
he couldn't have been the man of the match.
No, I don't think so.
I think he was. I think what he offered, and he allowed the midfield to, he's offering space. Usually with Man United, we've had one winger. It's been the left-hand side and nothing. So it's been Marcus Rashford, forget about what's happening on that side. So we're easy to defend against, we're easy to stop. And what we had for the first time is we had Rashi bombing down one side and we had Garnacho, and there was just an outlet. So you could either go to the left or go to the right. There were options. And with the lows overlapping as well, that was a good relationship that they had. And that's something that we just don't, unfortunately, have. We had the low bombing on, and we even had Shaw bombing them, because obviously Shaw's afraid of Jose Mourinho's return. So and that's in my head, right? But then what the thing that I will say is he has improved Garnacho, and Garnacho, not even the fact that Garnacho in this last game, because he was shocking in that game against
Newport.
It was shocking in the Newport game. But every decision was, where's Rasmus? When he gets into the box, all he was looking to do was pass. And I was happy about that. But then when you go back and do the Eric Ten Hag in terms of research and players that he's given starts to, you start to see that there's loads of names here. Well, Donny van der Beek, you've got Edson. That's 1 second. Let me go
Alvarez at West Ham.
Here we go. Ryan Gravenberch at 18, he gave him a debut. Kobbie Mainoo, we already know. Brian Bobby, 18 years old. Serginho Dest, Matteo De Ligt, what do you call it? Alejandro Garnacho.
I'm laughing because we've been linked to every player that you've said so far. Literally.
Yeah. Urian Timber. What do you call it? Kudus, what do you call it? Who else is in there? Well, Anthony's in there, but let's not talk about him. Mazraoui, Frankie de Jong. Like, these are guys, yeah. So one thing that we can say is he is someone that has a plan for youth, and he wants to. And in this season, you can add Camberwala to it. Dangor. I don't know if he. Hannibal. No, Hannibal.
Hannibal played before.
Hannibal played
before, but we can see that this manager has a plan for youth and wants to make them a part of what he wants to do going forward. He doesn't mind even giving them the captain's armband at a young age. So for me, I'm like, well, let him continue to do this job, because not a lot of managers are even gonna try and rely on youth. Not a lot of managers will not play Kobbie. They'll say he's not ready, even though he can be ready. And I think some of those are the differences where I'm like, you know what? I'd rather him play out this scenario with people above him where they can bring in, because I don't want him anywhere near the credit card. But I would like to see, like, with the structure above him saying, with these youth, here's a couple experienced pros that are the right mentality, right attitude, that can fit into the system. Because we saw what he wants to look like in the first 65 minutes. We still got guys without that, lacking common sense, or lacking, that we make a throw in and you throw it to someone that's not in our team. I can't teach you not to do that. I'm sorry. I can't teach you to say, hey, here's a throw in. I'm going to throw it to my right, a Wolves player. Yeah. That's why that's why I like him as a manager.
Devil's advocate, though, with Garnacho. And I agree, the progression of him this season has been excellent to see. Still inconsistent, because like you said, you still have those games where it's like decision making. But for all intents and purposes, Alejandro Garnacho, if things have gone to plan, probably shouldn't have had the foothold in this team that he currently has.
Exactly.
Because if Anthony works out as a signing, then Garnacho doesn't play frequently on the right-hand side at all. He's left-hand side. If Mark Rashford carries over the form that he had last season, Garnacho then struggles to get into the side. And I'm not.
He shouldn't be getting a kick. He shouldn't be getting a kick.
I'm not holding this against Ten Hag because of but if anything, it's interesting how these things work out, isn't it? In the same way that Marcus Rashford, let's face it, really breaks onto the team at United because of injuries and people not being available. It's somewhat similar with Garnacho really this season, isn't it? He's been our most consistent winger. He shouldn't be, but he has been. And again, is that because of his quality, or is that because of a failing on those more sort of senior players?
I think
looked out.
I think it's a good like talking point to have both sides, because the truth is that they're all correct statements. Because I was saying earlier that actually, when you look at the future and players you can invest your stocks into, Rasmus, Garnacho, and Kobbie Mainoo, you could quite comfortably say that is a brilliant trio of youngsters, 2 of which have come from our academy, by the way, that we can get behind, we can nurture, and the manager has a plan for them. And they're having significant roles in our first team. When I don't know if you saw it, KG, earlier, I was saying, and just it was on social media, what Eric said after the game. He said, I saw him in autumn last year, Kobbie Mainoo. He said, I had the plan for him. I knew. And I said, this kid is coasting in the 21s. Too easy. Too easy. We need to challenge him. We need to get him ready. And let's be real. By the time it got to the summer, where we was just there last year, in July, that was the plan. That was the plan. They was starting him, mate. Man started against Arsenal, dominated against Declan Rice and all that. Man was ready. Got injured against Rodrigo. You know what I mean? When we played Real Madrid, because he got a bad knock, which kept him out for like October, November, I think it was. And I remember saying at the time, it's like that was a long-term injury before he even got going. That's a big thing. It's a big thing. So to see how good he is, Ten Hag and the coaching staff in the academy and his coaching staff, they all deserve credit. But ultimately, Ten Hag for going him, he's going to be the guy. He deserves credit. Garnacho's thing was exactly Garnacho. The reason why he deserves credit for the Garnacho thing is because again, the season before last didn't play on the tour. Nope. You think you're sick? You think you're wicked? You're 18? Nope. You ain't playing. You ain't no. And then all we heard when they did bring him in off the bench here or there, all the players kept reminding us, yeah, but his attitude, this, that, and the other, yeah. Then it was every time he starts. When it was last year, it was like if he has to start a game, he really struggles, though. He struggles whether it's on the left. When he comes off on the bench, he's wicked. The challenge for him this season was, can you start impacting games from the start? He's done that. Of course, there's been... He
asked for that as well.
He asked him for that, exactly. So, of course, there's been dead games where, like, oh, yeah, he's like, the Newport one, he's making silly decisions or he's trying too much. I feel like Garnacho goes through like a little period where he's bang on it. Then he does start doing the Ronaldo thing. He does, he gives it that. Then he just has a bit of a wobble. Then I feel like they probably get hold of him. I feel like Ten Hag gets him in and says, listen, I know you scored the overhead kick. Listen, I know you scored against Galatasaray. Wicked left foot. First thing, bang. Wicked goal. You know what I'm saying? He's building up a little bit of a show reel here. But listen, I need you see what you done at Newport just because you thought what? Because you think it's League Two? Because you think you are actually Ronaldo / Messi? Yeah. You can take these League Two man for idiots and just you don't have to pass. No, get back to it. And then there's a reaction at Wolves, so they're handling him perfectly.
And you notice, just to jump in on there, what the difference that you're getting is he has. You now can say with Ten Hag, he has youth player experience. He's had great, like really special youth in terms of probably the most recognizable one for me has to be Frankie de Jong in terms of like all of him. Maybe De Ligt is another one that you can say was another one that was special. So but then there's been many that he's given a go to. Look at the difference of the interviews for Kobe versus Garnacho. He's now said, all right, look, you have something, you got something in your personality. I need to ground you or you could go wayward. I need to make sure I'm on you. When we talk, we don't overgas you. We don't do all this other stuff because you've just got that thing about you. And if I'm not careful, I could lose you to the pitfalls of football. Now, the difference with Kobe, you heard all the players talking about it.
Yeah, it's different. He's different mentality. Different.
Calm. He's not.
He's celebration. It's celebration. He's just scored a last-minute winner, and he's giving it. Don't worry. The best thing is when Anthony goes, "Hey," he goes, "Go away."
He goes, "Move."
No. Not after you just pulled, man. After what you just done,
come jinx me up, man. Come jinx me up with your judge. Move, man. Don't touch me, man.
Just Anthony's given the ball away 2 minutes before they've equalised. You've scored, and no.
I was literally just watching that one right now as well. I was just seeing.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he pies. Did he pie him?
Nah, he pies him.
He proper just goes, no, stay away.
Oh, and then Anthony, and he turned. Anthony just goes, okay, and then starts running after him.
No, the celebration was. But then the killer is the thing is like when you talk about players' temperaments and different things like that, and you have to attribute this to the manager, making sure that you can have good players at a club and some won't get in because some managers are afraid to even make the move. Some managers are afraid to play young players because of whatever. I remember it shouldn't happen, but in that Facundo one against Bayern or something, then he says the maddest thing. He goes, yeah, Facundo's better than him. Facundo's gonna bro. It was
Alphonso Davies, wasn't it? He was like, he's like, it's not that good of a defender. You go,
yeah,
well, Eric.
Choice of words, man. Choice of words.
No, he doesn't give a heck. But one thing is, he will try to. There's loyalty that can be annoying at times with some of the players because he gave Andre Onana his debut and he also gave Anthony's debut. And I think there's some of that debut and love.
But those players actually performed for him though in that team.
But he's brought them over here. Remember, never forget that video that Anthony does and says, "Boss, I'll follow you anywhere." Remember when we? So there's that love. There's that love affair, but then it's like he can't cut the mustard. Some of these guys, and you have to detach yourself. These guys got to swim on their own. You can't do it for them because you don't get long as a manager. So I still feel that with these young players that he wants to bring through with this attitude and where we're going with the team, I want to see him continue it with help above, with the right structure above. I think he'll do a good job for us.
It can't be stressed enough though with Kobbie Mainoo, and I know that United fans, we do this, we wax lyrical and we overhype young players, but legitimately, he is the real deal. Like, and it can't be stressed enough how good you have to be at the age of like 18 just to literally go into the Man United side. And like, we remember his first Premier League start was that away game against Everton. And we were saying that day, he's the best midfielder on the pitch. Like that shouldn't happen.
No,
like his technical levels are just way, way, way above anyone else we've really got on our team. You can maybe say like a younger Christian Eriksen technique. Okay, fantastic. But Kobbie Mainoo, I mean, he scores the goal in the last minute yesterday, and he's running afterwards. He's not out of breath. It's no bother. And the goal, credit to Amari Forson as well, he gets an assist. I mean, you talk about the academy at Manchester United. 3 of our 4 goal scorers yesterday were academy players. It's not bad going.
Yeah. And Forson, didn't he come on against Thingy and force the save from the keeper and make Rasmus score as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, and Eric's comments afterwards was obviously, he said it again. I don't know if you've seen the quotes. Well, I know you did it on the socials, Aaron, so you did see. He basically said that we did want a striker, but we couldn't because of FFP. Obviously, Martial's injured, but we have to be creative in the number 9 space. He said, we had 4. That's why Forson's coming on in a little up front to just test, to give him a little feel for it.
He's a striker.
Yeah. But then he's basically telling us, like, if I need to as emergency, he's got a couple of minutes under his belt where he can play there. Obviously, Rashi can play there, but for the balance of the team, he really doesn't want to be putting Rashford there. If Højlund gets, I don't want to just, I know you said, don't say it. But we are at that, we're at that though. We're at that limit. We are at that capacity. We are, because if we said, as soon as Martial popped down for the 10 weeks, and gone off for his operation or whatever, right? We said straight away, well, I said it as well, like the intensity on Rasmus' shoulders just went tenfold because there's nobody else. And now it's like, if it's not going to be him,
he could have been killed.
100%.
Could have been killed.
Could have been killed. Like now, it's like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do, bro?
No, but you know what? I don't know if you lot saw Rasmus' interview, and he's holding the mic funny as well. He's holding
he's holding it in like that.
Yeah. But Rasmus gave a wicked interview. I think, someone asked him, I don't know if it was real, like they asked him, they said, what do you call it? Are you asking for things from these strikers? What are you asking for? Are you asking for them? And he goes, I've told them, if I'm in the box, and like, if I'm in the box and I miss, let me have it. Finish me. Like, I'll let me have it. I will take it. He said in the opposite, if I'm there and you don't pass to me, and that's when you get that understanding of that reaction that he had before, where it's like, are you lot mad? I'm gonna in the box, and that run, I think people are not put a lot of credit on the style of run and the poacher's goal that it is. That is a true number 9 finish. And in football right now, I'll say good number 9s are quite rare. I don't like, even if you're gonna go into the market to find a number 9, I don't know how many names you're saying.
Yeah, clubs are struggling to find that striker, aren't they? That's why, like, a Harry Kane's worth 100 million quid.
Absolutely.
Guaranteed goals. Because even like someone like a Victor Osimhen, like this season, it's not been the same in Serie A.
Even for AFCON is.
Evan Ferguson, everyone was saying, go and get him for 100 million. Like, he's not even starting at the moment.
There you go.
I remember when we done the show with the Brighton TV. I can't remember his name. Forgive me if he's watching. That's really bad. But he said no. He said no. Could have been killed.
Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful.
Seagulls TV. Merton. I thought he was poor.
I thought you were there.
I thought he was there.
Kenny is an absolute legend.
I thought he were poor.
Oh, I can do that Kenny thing. Hold on. Oh, I thought he was gonna do it. Boo. It went Paul Black before, and then it done the firework thing. I was celebrating like this the other day. Come on. Nah. Okay, cool. Carry on. Sorry about
excuses.
Now go on. I don't want to ring up.
I've forgotten what we was even talking about.
Oh no, let's not do that.
Brighton. I was saying Evan Ferguson.
Brighton,
and he was like, listen, he's not ready yet, mate. Nah, he's nowhere near that, mate. I'm telling you now, he's just raw. He's good, but no, he needs a couple more seasons at Brighton. I'm telling you now. And all of a sudden, it's like, João Pedro's ahead of him. Danny Welbeck's getting ahead of it. Like, is it Buonanotte before he got injured? Like, he's playing ahead of it. Like, it's like You can't just go, these guys are ready. And to do it at Man United, clearly, like what we know, is very difficult. And if you give Rasmus service, he's a willing run. Of course, he's still raw. Of course, he's not bloody Erling Haaland. He's not. But he is exactly. But he is someone now that he's starting to get confident. And when you look at it, 9 goals. That's what he got in Atalanta. This is why we were cussing, saying, "Why do we get this goal? This player who's got only got 9 goals." Well, he's got 9 goals now already
without
service. And the whole first half of the season, I don't even think he scored in the Prem.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting with it as well, isn't it? Is that if I was thinking this when I was watching Liverpool play the other day against Chelsea, you know, Darwin Núñez hit post 10 million times in that game. I was watching that and I thought, if Rasmus Højlund was in this team, the Liverpool team, I thought he'd get a load of goals because, and it's not to put down Darwin Núñez's ability because obviously he's a very good player, but he gets really good service in that Liverpool team. It's constant. It doesn't matter if he misses all of these chances because he knows I'm going to get another one. Like in 5 minutes' time, it's going to come back. Exactly.
And it also doesn't matter why the Liverpool fans love him and everything and go crazy for him is because they still win. Jota's going to score.
Well, he's going to get another one.
Salah's going to score. The problem at Man United is when Rasmus gets these types of chances, which he doesn't get as much as nowhere near as much as Núñez. But when he does get just the one, he has to wait for the one. If he doesn't take that one, that's it, bro. Even when he was scoring, like we were saying, like the Villa one, John McGinn gave it to him.
It's a ricochet.
The Spurs one, Udogie gave it to him after Rashford tried a jing bang and he just done it himself.
Galatasaray runs the pitch.
Galatasaray run the pitch. And Garnacho chose to flip and shoot and didn't pass it to him. Then the keeper gave it to him for the captain. Do you know what I'm saying? So you got to remember that then the other one, Davinson Sanchez falls over at the halfway line against Galatasaray at home, and then he runs the whole length of the thing and dinks the keeper by himself. The only other one where it was a cutback was Rashford cut it back to him in Bayern. Yeah. Then he scored, and then Rashford crossed it to him against Copenhagen. Or was that Galatasaray?
I know Galatasaray. I think
with a header. Yeah, because he scored 2. So yeah,
the point is he doesn't get a lot. The point is he doesn't get a lot, and he should. And he makes, to KG's point, the goal he scores last night. Yeah, it's scruffy goal, and it kind of hits his foot just after it's gone through players. But like, as a number 9, you've got to put yourselves in those positions. No one can fault his movement. No one can fault his running off the ball. Sometimes you'd maybe say like he gets involved a bit too much in a sort of in the wrestling, sometimes it's not necessary. But I think sometimes that's purely out of frustration of him thinking like Flex, you said, like it's this chance that I get or this hold up that I've got, it's got to work because I don't know when the next one's coming. You know what I mean? It's got to, I have to make this work. And his hold up play is good. Like we've said, I don't think he's the complete article, and we would benefit having a more experienced,
we absolutely need it. Still a priority in the summer.
A more experienced striker that just is another option.
Yeah. Maybe even better though. Yeah, why not?
But even that person would struggle because they'd find the same issues that Rasmus has, where it's like, I'm not getting any service.
Yeah.
Can I ask this question though? Is he not gonna I'm gonna call it the Bukayo Saka tax, because what Arsenal have really gained from is there hasn't been someone to Bukayo Saka. And he's been able to develop and grow and play a lot of football. And I don't know, is that because the other side of it is with more games and stuff and being that young, you can play. It's not like
right now, there's not even an option. Look, right now, we're saying that if he gets injured, what the hell would we do? Forget Rasmus Højlund and him getting to play loads of games for 2 seconds and think about the team. If we don't get another striker, bro, well, Martial's going to go. You're going to have to put Rashford up front. Don't want to do that. There's nobody else.
No, at the end of summer. And the Bukayo Saka tax is a very risky strategy because even now, Arsenal, like, this guy's been burnt out. He's been burnt to the ground. He's not as good as he was last season, most likely because he's burnt out, burnt down. And if something does happen to him, what do we do? And it's a bit like that with Højlund. If something happens to him, what do we do? And we're all saying here, even if someone else comes in, say he gets injured, we go out, Rashford's up front. Rashford will then have the same problem that Højlund has, and he's a lesser striker because his movement's not as good. He doesn't know.
Liverpool are the perfect example, yeah. Because I tell you what, they don't go well. Obviously, we know Salah has to play all the games, but as soon as Salah's not there, of course, there's a bit. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
at the moment,
yeah, exactly. Like, well, all right, we'll just put Jota out there. All right, cool. Yeah. We'll just put Curtis Jones, or we'll just put Harvey Elliott, or we'll just put Diaz on that side, or wherever it is. Plethora of options. That's what we need to have. Not think like, well, one guy needs to play all the games for his development. Like, if he's playing well enough, he's going to end up playing, but the options still need to be there. Do you know what I'm saying? The options,
and we have had those options. We have had those options because Sancho, Anthony, Rashford, Garnacho. But on paper,
Martial was another one.
On paper, they're legitimate options, but only a couple of them are worked out. You know what I mean? That's been the problem.
Can we talk? Owen, how long have we got left?
About 10 minutes.
Okay. Can we talk about the Rashford thing? Not in the past about like, why did he do that? How could not that bit of it. Not that bit of it. It needs to be from yesterday onwards.
Yeah.
About how we feel. So, how we feel that he's going to go from here. Because if I said before the game, and I stand by it, I have an agenda against Rashford because of what he did. Yes. For that game, I did.
Yeah.
For the game. Yeah. I said before this game kicks off, KG, I'm telling you now, I have an agenda against him. And I'm absolutely justified in having that agenda against him. And let him have a dead game. I dare him to try. That's what I was on. And to be honest with you, the way he played the game was very good. Now, you can't give him too much praise for that, by the way, because essentially, this is just a player who has done his job. That's what he's... No, but what I'm saying is though, throughout the whole season, that's the standard minimum. That's what he should be doing, especially after you break the rules to that level and the manager believes in you. So I am going to push back a little bit to say, I'll give you your flowers. Well done. You silenced me because that was a wicked finish. You played the game in the right way. Your recovery runs were good. And it got to the 77th minute. And I said to KG, don't know why he's coming off. Why is it coming off? And that was the real question, because look what happened with the guy who came on. So Eric Ten Hag probably shot himself in the foot there, actually, to be fair, by taking off Rashford.
No, because he done that because Anthony got a goal and assist in the last one. Everyone was laughing about Newport. Yeah. If you get a goal and assist, you kind of expect to have some level of involvement. To be an unused sub, and bro, no,
KG,
don't.
KG, with Anthony, with Anthony, do you know that Amari Forson's got more Premier League assists than Anthony this season?
Town.
That Forson one can't count as an assist, can it? That's not an assist.
Hey, Rashi was still claiming that assist in the Spurs game afterwards, wasn't he? And it wasn't even an assist.
No, that was not an assist.
Thank you very much.
Forson, let me tell you this one. That Forson one.
You hate these assists where things happen in between.
I hate... Bro, let me tell you something. Now. If I'm Kobe Manu, and my boy Amari comes to me and says, yo, bro, you see how I set you up? I say, you taking a piss.
Well, there's a bit of both there. In fairness to him, because I agree with you in terms of like, wow,
he has to do so much.
But Flex, if you watch it back, he makes a run.
Away.
Which pulls the defender. So I go, I'm willing to kind of overlook the rubbish pass, because the run's kind of, if you stitch them together, they do count. They do count.
With mad.
With the Rashford thing, look, I want to go to KG because the moment you brought up his name, KG has got the biggest grin on his face because he's acting like he's won some kind of raffle or some kind of lottery because he's like, I was right. I'm not sure what you were right about.
There's a lot of hatred. Listen, there was a lot of hatred. I told to people what was going on. My thing is about value. Yeah, guys. They're saying it's Glazonomics. I'm looking at FFP. I've never been concerned about FFP until I realized we can't sign any players. And it's really starting to, it's actually like, we can't even bring in loans. That's the part that hurts for me, that we can't do an emergency loan. So now FFP really matters, and how bad they can make things go, because you saw it. You do the presses, and the way they talk to the manager, there's something about the media that love chaos, crisis. It doesn't matter. They don't even care. They don't even have a side. All they want is things to be bad at Man United. So it doesn't it literally does not matter what's going on with Anthony, when's he coming back, whoever, it could be anyone. Varane, they don't care about Varane. When's Varane going to start, this, that, and the other. So we've seen a history of how they act. Man United are in a position where we can't afford it. We're trying to fight for European places or anything like that. Let's draw a line in it. If he comes in, I said on Monday, I said to Flex, if he comes in on Monday and he can see that he's apologetic, he's really sorry, play him. Like it's one of those things. Move on. We don't need to. And then Flex was telling me, nah, because standards. And I said, Anthony's rubbish. I don't want Anthony to start. I need to see the better players on the pitch. But what about standards? I said,
in that aspect, you are right. You were right in that because let's face it, Flex, and I think you probably agree with this. If Anthony started yesterday, we would have been in a bit of trouble. But my pushback to you, KG, will be: do you think Marcus Rashford started yesterday because Erik ten Hag was worried about financial fair play?
No, he's worried. I think he's worried about. This is the thing. When I'm talking, I said this to Flex.
He's just worried about his job.
I think he's worried about his job. I honestly think he's worried about his job,
which is true. Which is true.
And not only that is that because as I keep hearing so many different people talk about Omar and this, that, how he's a really smart guy in finances, this, that, and the other. You have to explain to us why, even if it wasn't your fault, yeah. It's like, you know, when you lose money and you're like, wait, why do you keep doing this? So the first one say, well, it wasn't my fault. In Cristiano Ronaldo, he can say, wasn't my fault, whatever. But we had to tear up a contract and pay him off. We had to give him a sizable payout. And then what happened, what came in replace to that is Weghorst because of the breakdown in relationship. The next one that we have is Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho, even if it's not your fault, even if he didn't apologize, whatever so have you, Jadon Sancho's no longer at the club. Jadon Sancho was once valued as one of the best young talents around. And now Jadon Sancho's value is close to 45 million if we're lucky. And we're paying his wages. This is what's going on. So I was like, well, he can't afford. We've had two high-profile players, no matter what you can say in terms of what they brought to the team. We can't afford to do that again. And yes, it's up to Rashford. That wasn't
going to happen. But that wasn't going to happen.
You're putting Rashford into the box of Ten Hag wants to get rid anyway. It's the opposite. Ten Hag puts everything into Rashford. They've just given him a new 5-year deal. They want him to be Mr. Man United. So my thing is that you're treading a very thin line when you want to make someone Mr. Man United, but you're allowing them to basically bend the rules, be above the rules, or not get as stringent as a sanction because of the state of the team. Like Jadon said, like in the summer, let's be honest. I know you're on this, like, keep his value high so we can sell him. Yeah. I bet we're not selling Marcus Rashford in the summer.
No, but I can't say. I understand that, but I can't say what I want the club to. I can only speak from me as a fan, and I'm telling you that the one thing for sure.
But that's not how Ten Hag has done it, though. He hasn't. He hasn't not disciplined him to keep his value high. So I
said to you, Flex. I said if he learns in that Monday morning meeting that Rashford's really sorry, move on. That was one of the biggest points I was making. So even though I've got my own personal way of looking at it, I said he could look at him on Monday and say, you know what? Cool. You're ready to go. I'm going to play you. And everyone was saying, no, he shouldn't play. 2-3 games. He shouldn't play. He looks weak, this, that, and the other. And I said, listen, bro, the noise, everything else is not going to serve Ten Hag. The best thing for him to do is he just needs to know that he's sorry. All he needs to see in whatever thingy, oh, you're sorry? You're ready to go?
You know what? It is slim. And this is where, you know what? It is the gamble that pays off. It is the red or black in the casino. Yeah. Because let's be honest. Let's say you're right, because this is the way that's gone. No, but let's say that he played shit yesterday.
He wasn't going to.
And we was on the no, let's just say he did, right? You can't just
I told you before. I said before he's scoring. I said Flex, he's definitely scoring in this game. I said,
all right, then. All right,
then. Let's say it was never going to happen. Let's say, well, no, it's never going to happen.
No, it wasn't. I told you, mate. Or next game, say he goes back to old habits or whatever.
No, we're getting back. We're getting to the game that it was.
This is what my original question was going to be. It wasn't even really going back. I said I didn't want to go back. That's what I said.
To be fair, Flex, you said you didn't want to go back, and then you've gone back quite a bit.
I didn't do it. It's because he took us into it.
He has gone back quite a bit, hasn't he, KG? My question is, back quite a bit. You've gone back quite a bit.
What is he going to do? What is he going to do?
What?
Is this just going to be a distant thing? And actually, for the back end of the season, from February to May, we actually see Rashi. I'm not going to say do a madness, but
no, we can't know. We can't know for sure. This team. Like, there's a reason why we're not in this position because of nothing. When Owen spoke earlier, you said this and we hammered you. And maybe it's time for me to apologize. The Arsenal game, I was wrong, Flex. When it was cussing you, it's a late apology. It's late, but I've seen enough in our football to realize.
There's been bare examples.
And I'm gutted that it's next
rights.
year, bang to rights. We are mentally, physically, all of the leads, bro. However you want to describe it, we are.
All of the leads. He tried to think of a couple more. He tried to think of a couple more. He tried to think of a couple more. He went emotionally, physically, all of the leads.
And mentally, and I said mentally. But if there's a lead that I missed out, we're that as well, bro. We can't manage. We can't manage. And that's why I won't say, even the players are saying it. We're not gonna say we turned a corner. Do you know how many times we talked about the corner? We're on the roundabout. This is like this is who we are. We're this. So for me to tell you Rashford from now to the end of the season is gonna tear it up, I'll be a liar. I'll be a dirty liar.
I've seen you say worse. I've seen you say madder things.
Oh no, I've learned. I think I've become more pragmatic, guys.
Oh god, honestly. All right. Listen. We're gonna wrap up there just really quickly. I just need a prediction do you know what? I don't know if Anton's free. I was supposed to be trying to get Anton for a preview for West Ham, actually, because we got them next. I don't know if he's available. I'll check it out. I'll ask him. But in case we don't do the preview together, Owen, I'll include you in this as well. KG, give me a prediction for West Ham on Sunday. What's going to happen?
I think Man United are going to score. Are we at home?
Yep.
Yes.
I think we're going to score 3 goals.
You're doing the match review?
I think we're going to score 3 goals.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what my goalkeeper is going to do.
So it might be 3-2. It might be 3-3. We don't. All you know is that we're going to score 3 goals. You don't know whether we.
Goals.
So we could even lose 4-3. Is that what
I can't tell you what Onana's going to do. I think we're going to score 3 goals. I can't.
That's it. That's all you've got. All you've got is that Man United are going to score 3 goals.
That's the best thing I can do is tell you. I believe we'll score 3 goals. I don't know what Onana's going to do.
Wow.
That's it. And that's the same. Didn't we have a howler against West Ham? I'm sure we did.
This is going to be sort of going into my prediction. So KG and myself did the match view for West Ham. It was Boxing Day. No, it wasn't Boxing Day. It was just before Christmas, wasn't it?
Oh, when they ruined it for us.
Yeah, just before Christmas. They've ruined my Christmas. KG, infamous quote. And
Ten Hag out,
there
basically.
is.
He basically
there
said
is,
Ten Hag out, but we have to believe everything he says now.
I didn't say that.
He basically called for the manager's head in loads of thumbnails and loads of things.
I'm beginning to lose faith. I'm beginning to lose faith in Ten Hag.
All of a sudden, he gets to tell us. All of a sudden, he gets to tell us about standards and how to discipline the players when he wants the manager out.
I've never said Ten Hag out.
And now KG came to the Trinity podcast like this and said, these are all the positives for the managers that I want to get rid of. Oh yeah. KG went, so Ten Hag.
If you look in section 7, subsection 5, brackets E, under youth development, there is a tick.
You snake. You snake.
Well.
No, but I remember doing the match view with KG, and there is a period, I think it's on United View clips, and it's like the title of it says 60 seconds of silence. And me and KG just sit there and say nothing for a minute, and then it ends with me going, Merry Christmas and all that. Because we had nothing to say at that point.
It was blessed Kobe Maynard. He gave the ball away.
It was so bad.
That was a dark stream.
It was so bad.
Remember that game at halftime? At halftime, both teams were just absolutely awful. And the second half, we were just worse. And then Paquetá, a little dink over the top. Onana comes out to Bowen, doesn't do anything, just hits off him, goes in.
It was bad. It was bad.
And then Kobe gave it away, and then that was it. But
I think with us being at home, I think we probably win. I think
West Ham fans aren't happy after last night as well, by the way. They didn't
exactly.
They drew 1-1, but they were 1-0 down. Calvin Phillips, Calvin Phillips now. He gave away the ball that led to scoring.
They have been a bit hit and miss, haven't they?
Yeah,
they've been a bit hit and miss. So
I think the fact that's at Old Trafford,
I'm going to go with probably a 2-1, something like that. But I think 2-1, like last night, we're hanging on like proper. It's to the last minute, and hopefully we get over the line. But I'm going to go 2-1. That's my prediction.
We will concede. Ward-Prowse will, because from the corners, he's going to just drop it right on top of the afro. He's going to drop it right on top of the high top. Like, he's not going to put it in the 6-yard box. He's not putting it on the penalty spot. He's putting it on Onana's kid and play high top, right on the top of it. Right here. Every ball's going to drop right there on Onana's head. So that's going to just cause pandemonium in the box.
Set pieces.
And something again we conceded from that set piece kind of yesterday when Bruno headed it across and then it goes to is it Kilman? I don't know who it was, and then he scores. So I could just see, and then free kicks. I could just see it happening with Ward-Prowse, penalty, whatever. So we will concede, but I think we're going to win 3-1.
There you go, 3-1.
There you go, guys. That is episode 1, EP01 of the Trinity podcast. If you've enjoyed it, let us know. If you haven't, keep your thoughts to yourself. I don't want to know. Only tell us if it's good.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, guys, get involved in the comments. Tell us what you liked about the show. Tell us things that you want to add. Tell us things you want us to do.
Can I put the hand up, please?
KG, you're ridiculous. Like, honestly, I wondered what that was.
I thought it was a glove. Oh, it was. Yeah. Is that your daughters from school?
It's my Onanas. Take a shot at me.
And they're proper flimsy as well, aren't they? Look, they probably move backwards.
They're so accurate. Yeah. They're so accurate.
Man, you asked me why I was smiling and stuff. It's only because of in the what do you call it? You know when the comments turn against you, yeah? I'm telling you, it was a dark couple of days.
Yeah, KG said I was really
getting it. No, I was getting. No, I'd never seen.
They might still be doing it.
It is what it is, but I accept that. But usually, and I never usually always check. But I went in, I saw. I know I've had some mad takes that could offend people. Let me have a look. It was. He's everything that's wrong with this club, bro. It was mad. So
it's all your fault. People like you are the reason.
Those
ones hurt.
Hey, people like you, the reason why Man United are where they are now. And I'm like, why me?
I can just imagine it was like this quick. Him going, I'm gonna have a look at the comments. No, it's fine.
And usually I might respond to one. I might be like, a laughing emoji. There was too many.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we are going to listen to the comments today and on this show. So let us know how you guys are feeling about the show. Do you enjoy it? And surely if you're not dropping a like on that, I don't know what you will drop a like for. Big up to everybody watching. We'll see you on the next episode of the Trinity podcast. Same time, same place next week, Friday. We're here. And big up to the team. Please just get us a win. Another win. Build some momentum. Please, come on. Let's go.
Come on, Eric.
Take care. Peace.